Hey guys, good day to everybody here. Doug at Doug's World Tour, and we are doing some panning and some gold pay dirt reviews today. This is number 48 in our series. We've got a lot behind us. If you're not a subscriber, and believe it or not, only about a third of our viewers are actually subscribers. So the other 66%, if they would like to get notifications when we put a new video out, just click that subscribe button. So enough of the self-promotion. I have got a 5-ounce bag of gold pay dirt from an eBay seller in Florida. The price of this was $7, pretty small bag, but the freight was $6.84, and so figure about 14 bucks. But let's crack it open and see what's in it. There was not much of a description. Matter of fact, there was not much of a description at all, so I didn't really have any thought to print it. It just said gold, and I looked at some of the reviews. Some were okay, some were not so okay, but you know, for 7 bucks, at least we'll have a little bit of fun. So anyways, let me get set up here, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay. Let's start with our medium pan here. It did come in a nice padded shipping pouch, and I believe it is sealed. Don't know if we're going to be doing much classifying here. Yeah, it is sealed, which is a good thing. Appears we got most of it. We will wash this bag out with our bottle here in just a second. See if we see anything obvious here. I think we're going to classify it down one time, get a couple of these rocks out of there. Let's be optimistic. Let's start with our 20 mesh screen. We're going to be panning in this one, so we're not going to worry too much about the dust. Yeah, Alright, let's see what we come up with. If we can snag a picker out of here. It did say that there was an occasional picker, but yeah, I don't see any nice sparkly yellow rock in there, so let's do this. Let's move over to my medium pan, and we'll get the show on the road here. Alright, here's our portable panning station. I did get delivery of a sluice this week, a small sluice, and we're going to try it here in the next couple of days once I get a little bit more organized. Alright, let's see what happens here. Got our snuffer bottle ready to be optimistic. We have added jet dry into our mix here. Well, this has definitely not been rinsed, that's for sure. pretty cloudy mix. All of our tailings from the last, maybe 8 or 10 reviews we have saved in buckets, and we are going to run that through our sluice, and we're going to see how good of a gold panner we really have been in the last few weeks. See if we get any more gold, which, you know, there should be a few pieces here. Well, I see a couple of gold pieces in here. See if we can get rid of the black sand. Now, I am bad about cleaning my snuffer bottle out completely because it seems like I always find a piece of gold somewhere in a pan. So what I see here so far, I actually see more than a couple, is what I'm telling you. Is by the time we do a clean out with my snuffer bottle, there may be an extra flake or so in there. But alright, so I see 3, I see 2 for sure, and the other one does not look as shiny. Might be a piece of mica. Yeah, it seems a little lighter, but come on, bubble, get out of there. Here we go. Alright, we're going to grab them, and we're going to end up with some clean water here, and we're going to see what we actually end up with there. Let's dump our snuffer bottle out before we do a real. Yeah, I see a piece of gold that was in my bottle that had an unusual shape. I'll show it to you in just a second here. It was kind of a big piece too. Yeah, there's that piece running out there. That's something light, piece of mica. So I think I did have a little bit in my. Yeah, I hope you can see that piece there. Let me see. There is a piece right there, and I'm gonna. Yeah, that's one piece. I'm gonna leave that out of the way because I know that was in my bottle. So, alright guys, I'm going to dry it out and put it on the scale, see what we got. Stand by. Alright guys, we almost forgot where we could actually find a nugget or two. This is the big stuff. And if we find anything over 20 mesh, it's going to be in here. Let's hope. Ah, I see 2 pieces. And this is all of their product. There was no added gold by me from having a dirty snuffer bottle. Yeah, I see. Boy, I see. I think I might see three. Yeah, three nice pieces in there. This might be the better $7. Yeah, there's a. I mean, I almost think that's a. I don't know how clear that's going to come out on camera, but yeah, look at that. I am impressed. I think this was one of those deals where I could have bought, you know, a couple, three of them bags, and I probably should have, and I might actually go back and. Yeah, that was nice. Alright, that was in our plus 20 stuff, guys. So now we are going to do a cleanup and see what happens. So stand by. Okay, guys, so this is what we ended up with. And it is about, oh, I don't know. It's about 4 more pieces than I thought there would be. And look here. This one's not bad. This one's not bad. The rest are pretty small. So we are going to get my handy dandy piece of white paper out. Bundle it up here and see what the scale says. Alright. On. Normally I have my funnel, but we're going to be as careful as we can here. And see what we end up with. Alright, paper's clean. 0.046 according to Gold Calc. At today's prices of a whopping $3,327, it tells us that that gold is worth $4.92. Now, out of a $7 bag, guys, how can you not like that? I give these guys a thumbs up. Look for the bag on there that was $7 coming out of Florida. The seller name was not real easy to remember because it was a bunch of letters from what I think. And the last name was Vesey, V-E-S-E-Y. That had something to do with the seller's name. I'm sorry I can't be a little bit more precise, but anyways, we had some fun, and we got about, I don't know, 80 or 85% of our money back, less the shipping, and we'll do it again. Guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, my last pitch, please do it. Helps us grow. Stay strong, people.